Hello, it is a Sptmbr Gls Wrp-p video here on October the 1st. Wow, I'm actually on the ball, sort of. Yeah, let's go through what I wrote down as my September goals and we can talk about how the month went. So yes, goal number one was time with Ja, which was definitely accomplished. We're definitely doing a good thing of we have a breakfast nook, which is basically a folding table between two chairs in the kitchen where we, for the most part, we're not like as much on our electronic devices and we can kind of check in and we can kind of chat. Last weekend we got to the water and got to sit by the water and have lunch. It was a little bit marred by the fact we'd gotten rear-ended just a little bit earlier, very late rear end. Unfortunately, Ja is still working on that. So that is continuing. It's always something good to keep mindful of when you're married to someone and being married for such a long time, and you're people at that point in your life where it's like, yeah, I go to work every day, and then on the weekend you've got so much stuff you need to get done that you need to actually catch time to actually spend time with your loved one. And I think for the most part I'm doing okay on that. I can definitely always do better. And just maybe trying to pick something. Well, okay. This would be something for next week, next month, is to say, hey, maybe we should just try and pick one nice activity to do that month. Of course, this is a tough month coming up because Ja is going to be going away in a week time. So, but something to think about. It's like, what's an activity we could do together, whether that's walking, or it's probably less likely to be walking because of how sore Ja is, but something we could do together would be really nice, whether it's around the house or out and about. Number two was walk daily with the dogs and Jackie, which, yes, we've fallen into a really good pattern with that of 8:30 I go down, 8:30, 8:35 I go down with the dogs. Jackie comes out and we all go for a walk. We're doing that 6 days out of the week, and Sunday we take the day off, which is good because then I got to go grocery shopping and doing all that stuff. Number three is early to bed, early to rise. I'm definitely getting better at my early to rise, so I assume that means I'm getting better at my early to bed because I don't feel too much of a sleep deficit. But I've been getting up and actually watching a movie, a Turner Classic movie. Been like lots of 1930s movies. I think I've moved on into like kind of the 40s and 50s now with the particular movies I've selected. Though I've got some Humphrey Bogart movies which are in the 30s as well, where I watch like a half an hour, see if Janine wants to come, and then watch another half an hour, and then head out for a walk. And that's actually been really good. That's been really good for me. Uh, Number four is late night snack. Still working on that. I really enjoy my snack at night. Number five is phone and earbud hygiene. Really good with my phone hygiene. I still need to work on my earbud hygiene. And it's silly because what I do is I'll bring my earbuds in there. I'll take them out to read. And then after that, I'll put them back in as I'm about to go to sleep, and I immediately fall asleep. I should just give up on bringing my earbuds into the bedroom. That's something to really try and commit to, saying like, hey, let's try 1 month of not bringing your earbuds in, and maybe having a little progress chart of there, no earbuds, and getting to tick that off. And that might actually be enough to help me with that. Number six is watch YouTube on the go and monitor all internet activity mindful. For the most part, I mean, you always slip into like little periods where you have stuff. For the most part, I do try and listen to like YouTube videos as I'm moving around the house, or doing stuff and stuff like that. So I think that's been working okay. Number seven is work on time. I could be getting to work. I could be getting. I'm okay, but I could be getting to work like about 5 minutes earlier, and that would be perfect. And that is something to work on and think about. Okay, what time do I need to make a hard cutoff for myself of like, okay, Jay, go get ready right now, because I apparently need that. Number eight is daily physio exercises. Yeah, been continuing with my physio exercises. That's been good. Back to work and doing the physio exercises there. I've also paired it with all my vocal exercises, which I'll get to later. Number nine was publish 5 videos on my Jay channel, my new channel. my new channel. And I've got a couple of things down here of the ideas for that, and none of them are ideas that I think none of them are ones that I actually ended up publishing on the public channel, which was a review of Story of the Marriage, or let's say B, Captain Blood. I think both of those I did reviews. I think I did a review for Captain Blood. I should check and see if I did, but I did reviews for both of those. But then I decided they just weren't up to snuff for the public channel, and maybe I just didn't have as much to say. I do have a review of I have a traditional review of the Apprentice Adept series, which I've just been sitting on my computer for the whole month. That's actually something that would be great to get done this weekend and publish it, because I don't have anything else on my plate. Number 10 was discussion videos. Make a list of topics and do it. I've found that so far what's more happened is I've just done videos where I've reacted to stuff. I think I did one that I didn't publish, that I did that was a kind of debate thing. Actually, it's a vocal video exercise that I responded to one of Matt at Paperback Junkies things about reading classics. And what I did publish, which actually did fairly well, is I did a one where I was talking about Brian and the death of the author, or am I reading wrong? And that video did well. Part of the reason that video did well is also that Brian saw it and actually very kindly shouted it out, which was really, really, really nice of him. So that suddenly I had 5 or 6 more subscribers, which, when you're a teeny channel, which I think I now have 50 subscribers, is a lot. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's okay. I'm just going to live with that. This is my new channel. I'm building this up without having gone through a controversy period where I picked up a whole bunch of people who were not interested in me at all. And yeah. So yeah, that was the discussion video. So I maybe did 2, one of which I actually published. I'll have to think about the topics, whether topics is something I want to do or not. I did a tag video, which I turned into kind of a discussion video about my perfect book, which turned into my perfect Kindle if I had it. Number 11 was Shorty September selection, a story to study through the month, which, oh God, yes, I picked Colette's The Tender Shoot. This is probably the last time I'm holding it up. Colette's The Tender Shoot. Actually, it might not be the last time, because I'm going to probably read the rest of the stories in that, which I really enjoyed. And I made 7 videos, all of which I published on my Jay Shea channel, which, I don't think other people were interested in them, but I really enjoyed it. And boy, it made for a really great in-depth read of just a single work, which I really, really, really enjoyed. Number 12 was Sptmbr, A Midsummer Night's Dream, the play and the 1935 movie, which I read the play and I watched the 1935 movie, and the movie had amazing visuals. The acting was so in there, but I really did enjoy that. Number 13 is a Piers Anthony video, Apprentice Adept series, and me, which I think I'm happy just having done I think I'm happy of having just done. Oh, let me just pause for a second. All right, back. Yes, Sptmbr. So no, okay, yeah. The Piers Anthony thing, I think probably that review that I've done of that specific work is the best way for me to address Piers Anthony, because if I did a general Piers Anthony thing about my experience with Piers Anthony, that would be just a lot about me, which maybe I would do that for a private channel if I was interested. I actually feel like I kind of expunged enough of the stuff using specific examples from the Apprentice Adept series that it's helped me kind of clear Piers Anthony from my system for the moment. If that makes sense. I definitely examine some things. Number 14 was to do daily journal keeping, working on a vignette each day. The vignette each day thing is difficult, but I'm working on it. A lot of times I have to admit my dark episodes, for the most part, will mirror my journal entry. I'll do the dark episode out in the back, and then I'll come inside and I'll jot down and what do I have in my head, but what I just talked about outside. There's a couple of things where it's like, oh, okay, I do not feel like sharing this on camera, so I will jot it down in the daily journal because it's on paper. It's on paper. It's gonna just get recycled someday, and I really don't have to worry about it versus this stuff which I do post publicly. So I guess I do still have there's levels of privacy, and this is a private channel, but writing in a journal is even that much more private, not connected to the internet in any way. Number 15 is daily tasks on Keep Note, which it's like I should really, that is one of the things of like, I really want to get myself into the habit of using that, because I know that is such a powerful tool for me of like, oh, I haven't got anything done today. Oh, here, look at what I've written down for me to get done today. And it really helps me focus and get stuff done and get more stuff done in a day than I would, which I think that's a really awesome thing. Number 16 is reintroduce weeding daily. It's been super dry, so it hasn't been particularly that necessary. I've done a tiny bit of that. Weekly or bi-weekly mowing. I think it's this point it's been bi-weekly, and yeah, I think this weekend will be a mowing weekend. Number 18, consider writing check-ins. I think that might be checking in to see if I want to do fiction writing. I've been very busy this month doing all my little projects for YouTube, so that hasn't been necessary. And it's funny enough of how many little essays I write that I don't use at all but it's a way of kind of getting my thoughts straight, or to practice my thoughts one way before I'll then go on camera and just talk off the cuff from what my vague memories of what I've written down are. So there is that. Number 19 is my vocal improvement project, which is doing the no ums video each week. I'll do one tomorrow, and yeah, this will be no ums number 35 weeks of kind of tracking myself, trying to work on improving my vocal delivery, which I think has been going pretty well. I think I'm in my over enunciation stage, if that is probably a thing. So that's been good. Yeah, that has been good. It's a good way of just like, okay, each week kind of checking in and helping me think through things. Like what I have here, which is a subheading under this is assessing Patsy Ruddenberg's book, The Need for Words, and the thought was to do weekly videos. Weekly vocal videos, which is simply doing her at the exercises that she puts. And that has been a fairly effective way to get myself through the book, to see like, oh, okay, that's a useful exercise. Oh, this one, especially for somebody who is solo, probably not so much. That's probably the case. The elaborated code, actually doing elaborated codes 2 weeks ago, was useful, because I think elaborated codes, which basically means speaking in a way that anybody can understand what you're saying, is a really useful thing for somebody who's making public videos where you're trying to communicate with other people who don't necessarily have all the information that you do and may not come from that subgroup. I think that was really useful. Restricted codes, I think it's that exercise. I can see the positives of that. That's where you want to hear other people talk in their restricted codes and go, oh, yeah, I don't understand any of that. But also to kind of think about how much we've become a society where more and more restricted codes have probably entered into the society because of the internet. And that if you hear someone say something, you have the power to look it up almost immediately and understand. So there is a giant urban dictionary, and just general kind of how much factoids you can look up quite easily, and that's including technical jargon, where the doctors kind of spew some technical jargon at you. You can actually look it up, though that's kind of hard because they're very hard words. So yeah, I've been doing that weekly doing those videos. And so yeah, I've been continue that. I've got continue or find other materials. I haven't needed to find other materials because I've been slowly working my way through Patsy Rudenberg's. This chapter suddenly got very meaty, and I've been working on it all month. I have not been doing any anxiety videos. Check in, other than maybe what my dark videos sometimes are. Um, yeah, I'll have to think about whether I need that. I probably will. I just haven't been I've been feeling fairly driven, not too blue. I have my blue moments, which is a good thing to think about. It's like, oh, I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling really down on myself. That might be that would be a good time to say check in, and it might be not be bad idea to just have a day where you go, okay, let's do a mental check in, Jay, and say, how are you doing mentally? That might be a thought, is just to have like a Sunday or a Monday where I go, okay, let's just stand here and just jot down a couple of things and then just talk about it for 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 minutes. However much material there is there. Might be a useful thing to do for myself, because this is very much my therapy in a way. Um, if not, well, it's my way of trying to get my thoughts straight. It's a way of trying to explore both myself intellectually and emotionally. Um, a lot of times. So it's not a bad idea. Um, the next thing is doing the vocal exercises daily, which, yeah, I've been doing my vocal exercises daily. That's been working well. And finally, I've got vocal exercise video 2 to 3 weeks apart, which I think I've translated of like once a month I will tape myself doing all my vocal exercises, just as a little record, just as a little check-in with myself. I don't really watch these things, but if anything, it'll make a hilarious gag reel. But it's a part of that kind of superstructure of, okay, I'm still working on being better at delivering my message to the camera. I think there is a point where I'll need to think about the wider structure of a video, a video essay, which is not just me speaking, but is how I organize it, using Zoe Bell's ideas of making a video, of having a kernel, that this is the thing you want to communicate. You might not even say it that directly in the video, but this is your kernel. That kind of idea. I may not be, I mean, the thing is, there's definitely video essays out there who they go away for a month, and the entire month they are working on that video, or, months and months are working on multiple videos and just slowly putting them together. I am somebody who is more likely to be making much less less quality videos, but doing many of them in a month. For example, my all my videos on the tender shoot, which I think I will talk about next video that I do, which will be my October goals video, because there's some lessons that I think I may have learned from doing multiple videos on one work that might come in handy going forward. But I will talk about that then. All right. So that has been my September goals check-in. I am going to go downstairs and visit with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and little niece, because gotta get that social time in there. That's really important. If you got the opportunity for that, you should cherish it when you get it. All right. I've been Jay. More videos later.